Hello, hello, hello. I hope, I hope, I hope that you are doing really, 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 really well today. The Apocalyptic shadow has recently reset in Honkai Star Rail. It's one of the endgame modes, and I figured we could try it out together. See if we can get full stars for all of the Stellar Jades. But just before I head on over to try it out, I thought we could also try to tweak my Anaxa build a little bit. I currently have him on a 4-piece Eagle of Twilight line set, which boosts his wind damage by 10% and also says, after the wearer uses their ultimate, their action is advanced forward by 25%. However, a few of you have very helpfully pointed out that because I pretty much always run him with Sunday, who brings him forward with Sunday's skill, it means that the action advance boost from Eagle of Twilight line is pretty much wasted on Anaxa. So, I think you're completely right, of course. And I think we would rather have him on a 4-piece Scholar Lost in Erudition set, which increases his crit rate by a little bit, and also boosts his skill and ultimate damage by a very decent amount. 20% as a flat amount, and after using the ultimate, it increases the damage dealt by the next skill by 25%. So I think we can try out some of these Scholar Lost in Erudition pieces I have hanging around, do a bit of leveling up, and see if we can get some decent pieces to put on him. I have been putting it off a little bit because the Eagle of Twilight line pieces I have on him at the moment are really pretty good. So I think it might be a little bit difficult to get some other pieces that are as good as this. However, it's worth a try. Before we do that, I think I'm going to take a quick screenshot of these stats here, so that we can try to aim for at least these or better. Okay, perfect. I have got that screenshot, and I'm also going to dismantle all of my unlocked relics, salvage them. When I get relics, when I get them, I check over them to see if they look decent, and if they do, I will lock them. So it makes it nice and easy just to discard all of the relics 5-star and below. And we can use those materials to level up these new ones. Okay, so let's start with the headpiece. The headpiece I have at the moment is very good. The 4 substats are exactly what we want: attack percentage, speed, crit rate, and crit damage. So let's take a look through some of these other pieces I've got. I have a couple Scholar Lost in Erudition pieces that are fully leveled up already, but I do have some people wearing them. Of these 4 fully leveled up ones, I feel like I would However, because I'm probably going to be running Anaxa with Sunday most of the time, not always, most of the time I want to speed tune him to work with Sunday, and in fact Bronya at this point. Sunday has 137 speed, and as a replacement for when Sunday is already being used, I also have Bronya who is at 139. There is like a hidden decimal value that unfortunately we can't see. So for Anaxa, I want to hit a minimum of 138 speed to make sure he goes ahead of Sunday when I'm using him. But ideally we want 139 or 140 so that I can use him well with Bronya as well. So we're going to have to be considering the speed as well. So I wonder if it actually makes sense just to get the new boots on, because they're guaranteed to be speed main stat, which means that we can't get speed on these substats, and we're just looking for attack percentage, crit rate, and crit damage on a Scholar Lost in Erudition with speed as the main stat. So what do we have here? Attack and crit damage looks good. If the last stat is crit rate, that would be perfect. This one's not as good, just crit rate. That one's not as good. This one could be good if the last stat is crit damage. And this one I guess could be good if probably we'd be looking for crit rate. There. We also have some on characters already that I would be hesitant about taking off. So I think we'll level this one up to +3 to see what the last stat is. We're hoping for crit rate. Wow, that's perfect. I'll chuck in a load more then, and we want our level ups to hit anything except for effect hit rate. Although he does apply debuffs, I'm pretty sure we don't care about effect hit rate though. I wonder if his skill implant is based, it has like a hit rate or not. Is it his passive? His talent? Yeah. Because it doesn't have like an effect hit percentage, I'm pretty sure it just means that this is guaranteed. It just says inflicts, for example, the sublimation state. So there's no, they can't resist it. And same for the light cone. Unless it has like a hidden effect hit rate stat, I think we're gonna assume that the effect hit rate is always 100%, and so we definitely don't want effect hit rate on the substats. So let's get enhancing. Crit rate is good. We like that. Attack percentage is fine. I think it's probably the lowest priority out of these three that we want, but it's still good for us. Let's do another one. Attack again is fine. We have one more level up. I'm hoping it hits crit rate or crit damage. Okay, another attack. It's not awful. It's a good piece, I think. So we'll definitely want to put that on. Although I think we're actually running a bit low on level up materials. At the moment, his body is crit rate main stat with a bit of attack and some crit damage. We have this piece that is currently on March 7th. That, to be honest, I would be fairly happy taking off. it's a drop in attack percentage, but the boots were slightly better, so it kind of balances out. I think for now, just with the knowledge that we're running a bit low on level up material, I'm going to put this one on, and we can revisit the body later. We have another one on March. It also looks good, but we have 4 speed on this, and we're going to want 4 speed on any replacement. There's 6 speed here with some crit damage. But we lose out on attack and 5% of crit rate. We do get 8% from the 2-piece, so I think again I'm going to switch this one on. So we're currently up 2 speed, and it means on the headpiece we can drop 2 speed and be fairly happy. So we're looking for... We do want 2 speed though, at a minimum, so we're looking for a headpiece with at least speed. Crit rate, crit damage and attack would be good to see. Let's see what we've got. Speed and attack there. Speed and attack and a blank 1 speed and crit damage. Okay. Let's level up these ones with speed and one of the other stats we want to see what the third one is. Ideally we want crit rate here, but attack percentage would be fine as well. Effect res, not quite what we want. Let's do... There's another one. Let's do this one. I think we want to see crit rate on this. Effect res again. We didn't want you the first time. Okay, so we're out of other pieces to level up. This one with just speed, just crit rate. But we may as well try and level up this one if that's the case, which has speed and crit rate. I can see it's +3 though, which implies that it had a blank substat and we got break effect, which isn't exactly what we want. But this is like my best piece on him at the moment. So swapping off, we'd be losing a decent amount of crit damage, which will be missed. Where are we for crit rate at the moment? 86 is good, of course. Okay, let's try leveling up this one with speed and oh, hang on, yeah, we're at 142, so we're like 3 speed. With 3 speed up, we can drop 3 speed and be happy, but we can't drop all 4 speed. We would be too slow to work with Bronya at that point. So let's do this speed and crit rate one. And actually I'm going to do the speed and crit damage one. We'll see where we get. I want the rolls to hit crit damage. Okay, perfect. Let's do another one. Effect res, not great. We'll do another one. Okay, looking good. Oh, we're out of materials. I think we're gonna have to pick some like leveled up bits that aren't good. Let's see. This one looks tragic. Attack with some crit rate. I'll put that one in. What's this one? Lightning damage boost with 2 and flat attack. Yeah, we'll do that one as well. Okay. Speed. That is not too bad. Let's switch that on and let's see where we are. So, my stats before were 3029 HP, so we've dropped HP. It was 2935 attack. So we've dropped a decent bit of attack, 300. we were at 139 speed, we're now at 142. Not exactly what we're looking for. If we're going to be running him with like Sunday and Bronya, we really don't want much more than like one speed ahead of them. It's a bit wasted otherwise, so a little bit too much speed there, but that's fine. We were at 77.8% crit rate and we're now at 79.9%. And we were at 90.1% crit damage and we're now at 103.7%. So overall, I think this is very usable. I don't know if I read out the defense actually. We're up 200 defense, so we're slightly more tanky on that front. Of course, we lost the 10% wind damage boost from the 2-piece of the Eagle of Twilight Line, but we did get some extra crit rate kind of built in. So I think this looks good. I think we're going to see a damage boost because of the extra skill and ultimate percentage damage. So I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you all for pointing out that the old set wasn't very good. I mean, the substats were great, but the effect was a bit wasted. So with that, let's head on over to the Apocalyptic Shadow and see if we can't smash out all of the stars here. So we are up against the Lupine Warhead, Apocalyptic Shadow, and we have the Ruinous Embers bonus, which says when enemy units with Steadfast Safeguard have their weakness broken, dispels all control debuffs, recovers skill points and activates ultimates for all allies. All enemies take 25% more dot. Increases skill damage by 15%. Okay, so I don't have any dot teams set up ready to go. So we're going to be banking on this skill damage. The first side is Hule, and the second side is Fei Xiao. And we can start on difficulty level 3. So let's jump in. Okay, so for Hule we have physical, fire, wind and quantum weaknesses. He has the Steadfast Safeguard trait, which says decreases damage taken by boss mirage by 50%. After its weakness is broken, its action is additionally delayed and increases its damage taken by 100%. When boss mirage enters the Lunar Devourer state, weakness protection will be removed, and the strongest ally character must be selected to engage in going solo against boss mirage. During going solo, apart from the selected character and their summoned unit, all other ally targets will enter the departed state. When an ally defeats an enemy wolf trooper, gain blood surge. The character entering going solo and their summoned unit will be enhanced based on blood surge stacks. So the setup here definitely favors hyper carries, because we'll be picking them to go solo up against Hule. Hule also has better safe than sorry as a trait, which says when the boss mirage uses barrenness of earth gouged, all other wolf troopers will be eliminated. And Apex Predator, after boss mirage enters phase 2, it gains extra action per turn during going solo. Okay. And for our finalities axiom, we can pick Fight in Unity. When an ally target consumes one skill point, increases the damage dealt by all allies by 6%, stacking up to 10 times. We can pick up Tangled Chaos. After defeating enemy targets, increases break damage taken by all enemies by 15% to a max of 4 stacks. no turning back. After any ally target consumes their own HP, their crit damage increases by 55%, lasting for 2 turns. Okay, sure. Next up we have the Fei Xiao boss, Sanerot, Heart Eater, I'm not sure what that word is. But Fei Xiao has physical, fire, lightning, and wind weakness. Their steadfast safeguard has the same first part for 50% less damage while they are not weakness broken, and also it says when the boss Mirage uses Soul Shattering Malediction, causes ally characters to enter the malediction state. Ally characters and summons in the malediction state will depart the field. At the same time, summons Bloodstained Lupine to replace the departed character and continue the battle, and the Bloodstained Lupine's attacks can cause heavy toughness reduction. Okay, that's interesting. It sounds like she's gonna replace our characters with werewolves, which is cool. Fei Xiao also has Steel Bone Summit. It says parts take 50% less damage after Boss Mirage's weakness is broken. The damage they receive increases by 100%. This Fei Xiao fight has like this wolf in the background has like a head that you can target, like a claw, tail, and that sort of thing. So that's what it means by parts, I suppose. And we also have Sickle Clawed Sawteeth. Boss Mirage's toughness increases by 40%. And the 3 finalities axiom we can choose from. We have Fatality Exploitation. Increases ultimate damage dealt by all allies by 30% and additionally increases by 30% against enemy targets in weakness broken state. We also have Obstinate Weed. When allies use basic attack or skill to attack weakness broken enemies, all dots currently applied to the enemies will immediately deal damage, equal to 15% of the original damage. And finally we have Heroic Vanguard. After the character in position 1 in the team uses ultimate, their weakness break efficiency increases by 50% and increases crit damage by 50%, lasting for 1 turn. Okay, cool, so some interesting buffs there. Let's see, I'd like to use Anaxa on one of these teams, and I think it makes sense for him to be on the second half against Fei Xiao, so we'll slot him in there. And on the first half, considering we want a hyper carry for the going solo stage, I think let's take Finon. Let's take Finon. And then we're just filling in the rest of the teams here. So I think we're going to use Sunday on the first half with Finon, and Bronya on the second half with Anaxa. Here. And on the first half, I think I would like to use the Remembrance Trailblazer. And I'm wondering if we can do this without a sustain. So maybe we could bring Treepy along as well. We'll give that a go. See how it goes. And on the second half, which I don't think we'll be able to do without a sustain, let's bring along how about I'm gonna click Robin, but I think I have a feeling I took off a piece to put on Treeby, so we're gonna have to check that. And let's bring Lingsha as well. So we have Finan here to begin with. 3000 attack, 138 speed, tuned to work perfectly with Sunday. 75.2% crit rate and 151.2% crit damage. Otherwise, a bit of physical damage boost as well. We do have his signature light cone. He is all traced up, and he is using a 4-piece Wave Strider Captain and a 2-piece Rutilant Arena. Otherwise, I have him at E2 here. Next up we have Sunday, who has 137 speed and a load of crit damage, which he gives to the teammate he picks with his skills and things. He has a bit of energy regen from one of the planar ornaments. That's pretty much it when it comes to stats. I have his signature light cone here. He is almost all traced up, apart from his basic attack, which he will not be using if we plan things right. And otherwise he is on a 4-piece Sacerdosis Relieved Ordeal and a 2-piece Lushaka the Sunken Seas. And I also have him at E2. We have the Remembrance Trailblazer, who has 171 speed, very quick, and 178.1% crit damage, which they give a portion of to the character they pick with Mem's skill. I have him on the Victory in a Blink light cone, which is not fully leveled up, but it just gives him personal stats, which isn't too big a deal. He is all traced up where it matters, which is Mem's skills that boost damage and things. And he is on a 2-piece Sacerdosis Relieved Ordeal and a 2-piece Messenger Traversing Hackerspace to try and get loads of speed, and a 2-piece Lushaka the Sunken Seas to boost the attack of the character in the first position. He is E6, and you get all of these while playing the story, so no pulls needed. Next up we have Treeby, my newest Harmony character. She is at 4,623 HP. She is only at 127 speed, but she is on the Sprightly Vonwax set. It boosts her forward by 40% when we start the battle, so she pretty much always goes first. And I like having this on to make sure that I can get her skill off if we don't get the chance to use her technique, which we pretty much always do, I think, in these endgame modes, but sometimes in when we're farming for gear and stuff, we don't get to use the technique if we teleport directly there. So it's nice to do it for that, and it also almost guarantees we get an ult off before anyone else goes. So we benefit from that. From the get-go. Otherwise, she has 79.7% crit rate and 140.4% crit damage. So she does contribute her own personal damage quite a bit. I have her on a super in position 5 dance light cone. She is pretty much all traced up apart from the basic attack, which doesn't matter so much. And I have her on a 2-piece Scholar Lost in Erudition and a 2-piece Longevous Disciple. I had trouble with that one last time I read it out. Just to give us some extra stats, and a Sprightly Vonwax, of course, and no Eidolons for her. And for the second team we have Anaxa, who we just built, so we don't need to run through the stats. But I have his signature light cone. He is all traced up, and I have no Eidolons for him. We have Bronya, who, skipped ahead. We have Bronya here, who is speed tuned to work with my carries, so 139 speed there, and 168.2% crit damage, of which she gives a portion to the person she boosts. She has a bit of energy regen rate. I think from one of these. Oh, from the two-piece. I've got her on a 4-piece. It says Theodosi's Relift Ordeal. And the 2-piece Penacony Land of the Dreams. Gives her a bit of energy regen, and she will also boost Anaxa's damage by 10% because they're both wind. I have her on but the battle isn't over like Cone. It's a signature one that you get from failing 50/50s on like Cone banners sometimes, and on the standard banner. So I actually have that one at Super Imposition 3. And she is not all traced up. I still need to work on her a bit. I guess I can do this one. Yeah. Level that one up one. Otherwise, these other ones they're not as impactful, so I think I'll leave them for now. Ideally, I want to get both of these to 10. To 10 out of 10 because they boost her supportive capabilities. And I have her at E2 actually, again from failing 50/50s and things. Next up we have Robin. Robin, who I'm gonna have to check the relics for quite carefully. She has 4,301 attack, which matters. She I think gives an attack boost to everyone else when she's in her alt state. Based on that, she's got 123 speed, so she's not very quick, but she doesn't need to be. And honestly, those are the only stats that matter too much. Energy regen rate is another important one, and we've got 105% of that. For the light cone, I have For Tomorrow's Journey, which is at Super Imposition 5, and she's almost all traced up. The only one is left is her basic attack, which doesn't matter so much. And for the relics, we have a +0 planar sphere here, planar rope, so we might have to check that. She's on Sprightly Von Whack to boost her up, so she goes first. Does one of her traces do that as well? One of her traces boosts her by 25%, so we might not need that, although the energy regen rate is very nice. Let's see if I have any other pieces to put her on with some energy regen. So this one's on Treeby, I don't want to take that off. This one's on the Trailblazer, I don't want to take that off. This one's on Sunday, don't want to take that off. I guess we could put her on this one. We'll have to swap her to Lushaka and just hope that she goes first with her talent. Let's find a Lushaka piece to put her on. We will want attack percentage as the main stat. Broken Keel. Which one's Lushaka? Let's pick that as the set. Okay. We don't have any attack percentage main stat Lushaka pieces. Let's take this off and we'll look for attack as the substat. HP with a bit of attack. HP with a bit of attack and speed. Ventrine has some on. I think I'm gonna put this one on. I am not sure if how much of a damage drop we'll see from losing the attack percentage there, but I think we'll see how this works. We'll see how this one works. And finally we have Lingsha here, who has 157 speed and 200% break effect, which are the important stats for her. I have her on the What Is Real Like Cone at Super Imposition 5. She's almost all traced up. Just some damage bits here. Damage and healing, and she is on a 2-piece Thief of Shooting Meteor and a 2-piece Messenger traversing Hackerspace. focusing on the substats, and a 2-piece Dahlia Kingdom of Banditry for the break effect there. And she is at E0. No Eidolons for her. So, let's finish off by picking our finalities axiom for each of these teams. So the first one, it makes sense to use this fight in unity, just to boost our damage across the board. And for the second one, it will be between Fatality Exploitation, which will just increase our ultimate damage, of which Anaxa does a decent amount. No one else really does though. I mean, Robin does damage during her ult. I wonder if this applies. Lingsha does a bit as well. Bronya's ult doesn't do any damage. Otherwise, Heroic Vanguard will not be bad. It will boost Anaxa's personal damage when he uses his ultimate. I think we might try this first one, Fatality Exploitation, and see how it goes. But with that we're ready to jump in, so let's proceed to the challenge here. So, the first team, of course, we have gone without a sustain. We're gonna try to get Finan in his ult state as soon as possible, which makes him the only person on the field on our side, and he heals a bit himself. Well, I think he heals a very good amount, so we won't need to worry about not having a sustain really at that point. So that's my reasoning. We will pop some of our techniques here. Throw down the Trailblazer field and summon a black hole with Finan. Okay. So, a Trailblazer's cut ahead of Treeby, but that's not a big deal. I will start by summoning Mem here. And with Treeby, we're going to pop her ult as soon as possible and aim to keep it up 100% of the time. Get that there. Now, sometimes the ordering between Mem and Sunday is a bit awkward, and we don't get like 3 Finan goes in a row. I'm pretty sure Mem's charge bar changes, increases based on the amount of energy the characters get. So, it's a little bit unpredictable with regards to how much energy like Sunday starts on, for example, which I think is a little bit frustrating, but there's not much to do there unless we change up our whole speed tuning. So we'll go ahead and smack Hule. Okay, perfect. Mem has cut in ahead of Sunday to boost Finan up. So we'll get another hit in here. And then Sunday is going to boost Finan for a 3rd go. And I'm also going to pop Sunday's ult. There we go. And we'll get 2 more stacks here. Hopefully Hule hits Finan a bit and we'll fill up to 12 stacks. And pop his ult. There we go. I think, just for the Treeby damage, I probably should have done the Trailblazer's ult. Yeah, I mean, we don't have much of a choice here. Although this is a very cool visual, especially with Treeby's stars and moons in the background. Big fun on here. And we're going to drop a couple of meteors on Hule's head. There he goes. Smack him a bit. I'm gonna do another basic attack here. We do have enough stacks for a full bounce, but he's only on 10%, so hit with that. 1%, okay. One more basic attack then, and we'll do the bounce next phase. We still have quite a few turns left to go. Because of Finan's E2, whenever I do an E here, Bronya drops with 4 stacks, we get another go in the turn order. So we get to extend how long we're in this state. Boom. I think we should be good here. So we'll get another go. I'll do a basic attack and then drop some more meteors. Oh, yep, fine. You can stay, fine. And here comes the meteor. Boom. Okay, so pretty good on the first half. Pretty good on the first half. No sustain needed. Let's move on to node 2. This one is against Fei Xiao. And we've got our Anaxa hypercarry team here. So we'll start off using a couple of these techniques here. And jump into the fight here with an attack from Anaxa. So here are all of the parts that we will be hitting. I'm gonna start off with just a normal attack from Lingsha on one of these. I don't think it matters too much. I want to make sure that I have enough skill points to attack with Anaxa and then bring him back forwards with Bronya. There we go. I'm going to bring him forwards with Bronya, and then after he goes, I'll pop Robin's ult to bring everyone back up again. Although we might be looking a little rough for skill points if we don't get the extra one from Bronya. Okay, perfect. We're not in too bad a spot. Let me use Anaxa's ult here. It will boost our skill damage because of the Scholar Lost in Erudition set we swapped him onto. And I'll pop a skill and bring everyone up with Robin here. Okay, so Lingsha goes first. We could do with a bit of a top up, so I think I'll use Lingsha's ult here. Here we go. Perfect. It might have been worth saving that, but I think it's fine. Do another hit here. We're going to see a lot more damage once we break their weakness. Bring it back forwards. And we get Bronya's ult this time around as well. Oh, perfect. We regen a skill point, so I can use that with Anaxa here. We'll do another hit. Select a character to be departed. Bloodstained Lupine will be summoned to replace that character in combat. Okay, I didn't realize that we got to pick. I wonder if we pick Robin, will we lose the benefits of her ult? I wonder if it's worth testing now. Before we get onto the 4th difficulty and want to find out then, I think I'll pick Robin. And we'll see if we lose the ult buff. Well, it looks like we still have it. Can we check the buffs on everyone? Yeah, Concerto. Concerto is the buff that Robin gives. Okay, so Robin's a good choice for that. Let's see what the wolf guy can do. There he is, Bloodstained Lupine. He gets a follow-up attack damage boost. Oh, Soul Pact. When this unit is defeated, Robin will also be knocked down. That's not so good. And for abilities, we have Shattering Bite, deals physical damage equal to 200%. Restores HP equal to 30% of Bloodstained Lupine's max HP for all allies. Bleed. Okay. So the basic attack is a big chunk of damage. increases more damage in a blast cone, and reduces debuff based on how many dots they have. Okay, and talent increases the speed of bloodstained lupine by 50% when using basic attack or skill. Gains one stack of bloodthirst when the number of bloodthirst stacks reach 2. Uses Sky Devourer to advance all allied. Okay, so we get 2 attacks with this guy. And then he will boost everyone up a little bit and leave and bring Robin back. Okay, sure. Can we use the skill for free? Potentially. It's not stopping me. I don't know when it stops you actually, whether it's when you try and use it or when you click on it. Otherwise, doing an attack will give us a skill point by the looks of it, and we'll have one to use with Anaxa. So that kind of makes sense, I think. I'll just do that. Oh, we took a big hit here. Thankfully, Linksha came in clutch with some heal, and we can fire off a couple of shots with Anaxa. With an ult as well. They're getting pretty low for the weakness. Just do it. Okay. We can boost Anaxa back up here. And fire off another shot. Yep. Thankfully when this lupine guy comes back around we can heal up a bit with another attack. And Robin comes back. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. No need to use the skill here. Although we can break this one. Great. Should be able to finish them off here, I think. I'm going to use Bronya's ult before we do anything. And then we will just start wailing on them. Oh nice, a big chunk of damage there. They take a lot less damage while their weakness, or their toughness bar is up. So the whole idea is to break their weakness as soon as possible and then chunk them down with a load of damage. We have Robin here. I think I'm going to hold on to her ult for when the next phase starts, I guess. We don't really need it right now. We should be able to take down the first phase in just a couple more hits. Sure, we'll do that. Bring back up. Do nothing. There we go. I'll cut in ahead with Robin. Get everyone back up and the buff's going again. And we'll do almost exactly the same as we were doing on the first half. Here we go. Boom. 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 Bring it back up. It's nice to know that we can pick Robin for that lupine guy. That seems like a really good choice. Considering when Robin's in her ult, she can't do anything else. We'll do the same then. We'll pick Robin here. And let's see. We don't really apply dots. We don't really apply dot debuffs. So I don't think it's worth even using the skill. Even if it lets us, I think getting the extra skill point ready for Anaxa makes more sense to me. So we'll just do a hit here. We want to try and break one of these parts' weaknesses as soon as possible, so we take less damage when Fei Xiao does this big hit that's coming up. A It should be slightly easier now that there's only 3 targets to hit rather than 4. The Anaxa bounces will come around a bit more often. Back up. Pop and hold, pop and hold, pop and hold. And a couple more bounces, Oh, plus we get this lupine guy that does a big chunk of weakness. I think I'm gonna try his skill. Okay, cool. So it doesn't use a skill point, which is good. It didn't do a huge amount of weakness break because we didn't have any dots on. But it did do weakness break across the board, which is pretty nice. Let's see. I don't think we need to hit the middle guy with Linkshot. Anaxa's up next and we'll definitely break that weakness. Wow, the kind of wind and lightning from Facial's really loud. I can't hear any of the characters' voice lines. See if we can break at least 2 of them, that'll be nice. I don't know if we need to break all 3 of them to reduce anything though, but this is the best we've got, so I'll just fire off. Boom. Almost managed to get that last one. Ooh. We got a little bit low there. Oh no, we don't have the bunny up. That was poor planning on my part. Oh, okay, it shouldn't matter too much. I mean, I think we'll try and pump out as much damage as possible now. I think we should be able to take Facial down before they get their toughness back. So I'm just going to pop everything to try and pump out the damage here. We'll do an ult here, we'll do an ult, we'll do an ult. Boom. And a couple of skills. Okay. Boom. Boom. Just a basic attack from Linkshot to make sure we have skill points for Anaxa. And I think this should be it. Oh, the 1% again. Maybe this will help. Okay, cool. So we managed to clear out both of those. And we finished up with 7,370 points. So that was fairly comfortable. And we can move on to the 4th difficulty. Let's see what extra they get. So Hule gets another trait till death after Boss Mirage enters going solo. Reduces its damage taken by an additional 15%. And Facial gets Beastly Rage. The duration of Malediction state increases by 1 turn. Okay, so I think the first team I'm pretty happy with. The second team I'm also fairly happy with. It took a bit longer, of course, but I don't know if there's anyone better to bring than Anaxa. And Linkshot here as well is really good for healing. I wonder if it's worth swapping her out for Aventurine, who could help mitigate some of the damage before it happens. And he also increases damage a bit more. Although, I think Linkshot's damage break here is very valuable, so I think we'll stick with her. Otherwise, I like Robin here, perfect for the Malediction state. And very valuable buffs, and then Bronya makes sense to bring with Anaxa. I think we'll... maybe we'll swap to the Heroic Vanguard. And see if that's any better. But I think we'll jump in again. Here we go. sustain just because we'll be trying to pump some points into Finan as much as possible so that we get him on his own. Sounds really bad. Bless him. So we'll probably try and play it exactly the same to begin with. So we'll summon Mem here. We'll use Dreamy's ult. And do an attack here. I think if this works the same as it does before, we should get a boost for Finan as soon as he goes from them. Perfect, perfect, we'll do that. I think this time, I don't know if it's going to matter a huge amount, but I'm going to try and squeeze in the Trailblazer's ult just before we go. It's going to be like a little bit more damage, but probably not a huge amount. Boost him up with Sunday here and get Sunday's ult going as well. And we're going to hit them. Hule's going to do a big hit, and I'm going to pop 3 and 1 real quick. Oh, we got the Trailblazer ult, but Finan managed to dodge that hit, which is awkward for us. Okay, there we go. We actually wanted him to hit Finan, so we got another stack. And we can get we can start raining meteors on this guy. I wonder if it's worth doing the skill. There are some benefits. One of which is the damage reduction, which might come in handy. Otherwise, how many bounce stacks do we get? Scourge based on the number of enemies. Which one Scourge consumed? Scourge, how many Scourge gets 2 points of Scourge? So they should give us 3 points of Scourge in theory. I think it makes sense, we'll do this. Oh, Kaslana's coming in solo. Oh, that was interesting. We went into the counter state, got 3 points of Scourge, because there were 3 characters there, but then Hule dismissed them. I think that worked out pretty well for us. And we can follow up with some meteors. He does take a considerably lower amount of damage on this difficulty. So we might need to like get 2 cycles of the Kaslana state in. Oh, he's only on 1% again. That sucks. I wonder if they program it that way to always leave them on 1% if possible. I mean, I'll just do another basic attack. It's going to be a waste of some bounces. But we'll do them as soon as we can here. We're going to get a go here. We're going to get an extra go because we got 4 bounces. And then we'll finish off the ult. Get some bounces there. Although we only have 3 stacks of Scourge, I wonder if it's worth using this. It's whichever does the most damage, I guess. 30 damage reduction. 20 damage. I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna do a normal attack, and then we'll exit the ult and do a chunk of damage. Oh, and finding us all of his stacks again. That's very funny. From breaking Hule's weakness in the first phase, it like fully recharged Finan's core flame points. So we're ready to go straight away. And we can finish off Hule. Perfect. Perfect, that that was very smooth. We didn't even come close to needing a sustain. So we're moving on to node 2 now. We did swap the finalities axiom we picked up to focus more on Anaxa's personal damage, which I think will actually work out for us. But I'm a bit concerned about getting one shot by some of these attacks. We'll see how it goes. Let me jump in here. Let me jump in for a fight here. And it's nice to know that we can choose Robin for the lupine state thing. I'm glad we figured that out as part of the testing on the first time round here. Do an attack here. So the finalities axiom only boosts Anaxa's damage and weakness break after he does an ult. So we should see a difference here when he does his skills. Well, I didn't see a huge amount. We'll just power through. Oh, actually, I clicked that too quick. We didn't actually get Robin's ult off before switching her over. So we're gonna lose out on some damage there. That's okay. That's okay. Anaxa is currently disabled, so I think if we do, I'm gonna do Linksha's ult here. It will bring the bunny up who clears the debuff. We'll just do a basic attack, I think. There we go. So I'm doing some attacks here. Gonna pop the ult now. Although we don't get boosted, of course. Ouch. We have another go here with the lupine guy. I think it makes sense to hit someone else. Actually, I think we can go without the extra skill points. I'm gonna do a blast attack here. The toughness break is very good for us, of course. And then we'll hit any one of these. It bounces across them all anyway. I thought Linksha's passive healing was gonna come in. The one that this one, Ember's Echo. How interesting. Well, we're gonna have to do this one again because Anaxa has been taken down. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end the battle there. Well, that sucks. Let's return to the Apocalyptic Shadow. I think we'll restart node 2. Do I have to do the first one again? Oops. Oh, I mean, we can try this again. I was thinking of swapping Linksha out for Ventrine to kind of get some preemptive shielding going so we don't get one shot again. But I guess we'll try this again. We didn't get that far in. This again. I'm not sure if we are gonna be able to get Robin's ult off before I need to pick someone to turn into a werewolf. Maybe if Robin takes some extra hits this time around. She's really close. We can't even boost her up with characters. Oh, it does. Interesting. Sundays doesn't, I think. I think it's a bit weird, but this makes sense. So we can get Robin's ult off before we need to pick someone to turn into a werewolf. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay, so that feels a bit better. Just do an attack here. Unfortunately, Anaxa doesn't currently have the damage buff from Bronya, but he gets loads of energy when he does his skill, so I think it's still right to use his ult first. We'll get a load of energy here and boost him back up, this time with Bronya. And fire off a couple more shots here. And now we can pick Robin as the werewolf and feel pretty good about it. Oh, I see. Is that what happened last time? I think maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention. I think Lynx's passive already went off when the werewolf came in, because they come in at like half HP. Okay. We are kind of in need of the extra skill points this time around, so I'm just going to do a basic attack here. And try and keep a closer eye on everyone's HP. Okay. Very unfortunately, Lynxa has been CC'd. Okay, that is unfortunate. We really need Lynxa to be able to use her ult here. The basic attack from this guy heals across the board though, so we'll do that. Oh, it's a big PV one as well. I think Bronya's skill dispels a debuff as well, so I can use that on Anaxa here. Cool. We'll do that. Follow up with an ult. Although I might have wasted the Finality's Axiom buff. I think maybe I should have waited until after we can do a skill here. Until after Anaxa's turn ended, so that we get it at the start of this turn. Well, I will try and remember that for next time if there is one. These guys are almost down. Oh, that works out well for us if I just do a skill here. Although I think a basic attack should do the same thing, because the bunny comes in next and should break that last little bit. And Robin's back. Perfect. I think that worked out pretty well. Do Bronya's ult there. Bring Anaxa up. And hopefully we should see a nice damage increase here, because we have the new Axiom chosen. That's not too bad. It's a fairly decent amount of damage. Guess I'll do that. A couple of these. And we have Robin's ult ready to go for when it ends in a second. Oh. I shouldn't have done Lynx's skill a second ago. We don't have the skill point for another one from Anaxa. That's awkward. Okay, so Robin is here, ready to go. I will use the ult just before the boss comes back around. Boost him up. Do another ult and a skill. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get this in one weakness break. We have a third left to go. we might need to start thinking now about how we would change this team. Okay. Bring them all back up, ready to go, ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. A couple more hits here. Oh no. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. I don't have a skill point for Bronya now. That's awkward. Okay, so we have 24% left to do here. And they have their weakness back. I wonder if I had to make some changes to this team, what would I pick? What would I pick? What would I pick? What would I pick? We'll do Robin again as the wolf. Just gonna do an attack to get everyone healed up, I think. So, they're all weak to wind. Of course, we've implanted a lot because of Anaxa, but they're all weak to wind. And physical. I feel like with the way that the lupine works as well, they really, really want you to do. You have to get everyone healed up. They really want you to do a dot team. So, I mean, like the new character, Isolans, I think they're called. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Kafka and Black Swan are kind of perfect for this one. But out of those three, I only have Kafka. Ouch, ouch. Anaxa has picked up another debuff. But we should be able to get everyone healed up here with Lingsha. And bring Anaxa back around. I wonder if, I mean the wind weakness. I wonder if Blade could be good here as like a kind of sub DPS and tank. But I'm not sure who we'd swap out for. We'll keep trying to power through with this one, but I'm not sure we're going to get enough points for all of the stars. Oh, that's interesting. I think I misclicked a basic attack there from Anaxa instead of a skill. Okay, we have successfully made it through to phase 2. But I'm worrying about our health totals. Pick Robin again. We're gonna have to do a basic attack here. I mean, I think we can maybe focus on getting some healing from Lingsha. I think the extra weakness break could be very helpful, so we'll do that. Oh, we don't have the implants for a double skill, but we will try and heal everyone up. Bring it back around, bring it back around. We want to break everyone's weakness, or else we take a big hit. I'm not sure that we're going to get there. So, the second best thing will just be to make sure everyone is fully healed up. So we'll get another hit with Lingsha and one more with Anaxa. I don't think we're going to get everyone's weakness down. So I'm going to do a heal there. Just get that one down. See how much damage this does. Thankfully we got a heal from Lingsha's passive, so that worked out pretty well. Boost Anaxa back around. We are going to need some healing soon. I wonder how much this tail bit's going to do. Hopefully not too much. Oh, ouch. Okay, let's see. I think I will. We only need to break 2 of these. we get the rabbit hit as well. This could be it. Okay, cool. Cool. We're in a good spot here. I guess we'll do another ult here. Some extra damage will be 1% of damage will be nice. And I'm just gonna do a normal hit here. Pop Bronya's ult before Anaxa goes, just in case the buffs have dropped off. And then start wailing on them. Boom, 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 boom. Robin's coming up next, and we are gonna have to reset her skill, so we might need to be careful about the skill points here. Do another one of these. So here's Robin. I think I'm gonna do Robin's skill, and then I don't know. I think I'm not gonna do her ult right away. It does make sense to try and get in another couple of attacks at the end, but it's a bit of a toss-up between whether it's worth it to kind of get everyone to cut in again before the boss, or benefit from the ult buffs as soon as possible. I'm not entirely sure what's right there, but we'll go this way. Boost Anaxa back up. Do that. I'm gonna do it now, just to save us a turn from the skill running out. And we're gonna have to do a basic attack with Anaxa, or else we won't have a skill point for Bronya. I'll do an ult though. The damage here is okay. We're gonna have to probably break their weakness again before we can finish this fight though. 28%, not bad. Ow. A pretty nasty hit though. I'm not sure if we have Linksha's ult passive ready to go. Okay, we do, thankfully. That was a lot of damage. Okay, sure. Let's see. So I want to save as many skill points as possible. I think I'm gonna have to do Linksha's ult here to get everyone healed up. They're gonna do a couple of big attacks just down here. I'm worried about these. I'm worried about how much damage these are gonna do. We don't have Linksha's ult ready, and I'm pretty sure our passive is not ready to go as well. But there's not much we can do about that at this point. I'll just do some hits here. Follow up with an ult. We're going to take a bunch of hits in a row. Keep our fingers crossed we don't die. Okay. Kind of luckily, Fei Xiao interrupted her own turn. So we just have these three guys to deal with. Linksha definitely gets another go before these ones, so I'm going to do a basic attack now. A skill there. I'm going to boost Anaxa back up. I think Robin's going to get a go as well. So we might even be able to break a couple of weakness bars here. This guy in the middle. Okay, that's one down, 6%. I think we're in a good spot. That. Robin has her ult ready for if we need it, but I think we should be able to deal with this last little bit. Oh, the 1%. Have we managed to not leave a boss on 1% today? 6,600. We managed to finish with 6,800. So we're not going to have to go back in. That second half was pretty challenging. It was a bit of a slog. It took a while, but we still managed to get 3 stars. So I'm pretty glad about that. We're going to pick up our Stellar Jade, and I think we're gonna dump them into Iceland's banner. We're not really close to Pity or anything, but I think her design's pretty cool. I did the character trial, and she seemed to be pretty fun to play with. And I would really like to get a functioning dot team ready to go. And I think Iceland's with Black Swan, who I already have, is like the perfect pair. So let's check where we are actually. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, we're 19 in. So I have no expectations, but very high hopes. This is going to be 20, 21. We're looking for a glitchy ticket, ideally. 22. Nothing there, but we have 23. Nope, unfortunately not. And 24. Nothing there either. I don't think I have any, not enough to go into another pull, but that is okay. That's okay. So yeah, we managed to finish this round of the Apocalyptic Shadow, even though it was quite difficult. It was a difficult one, but I still had fun, and I hope that you did as well. I hope that you enjoyed it and found it relaxing, and I also hope that you come back again soon for another one. Thank you so much for joining me today, and good night.